live. Hey everybody. I think we've started, you guys. So welcome to Indian Music Night. This is Indian Music Night number 141. I'm joined today live here with Will Cicola. Wave hi, Will. There he is. And then Dan Ripke with the guitar there. He's getting his sound up. And then we have Anoop Gopal. And we've been working all week actually to put together the videos. And what we're doing is considered an asynchronous live performance. And so what's going to happen here is we're going to go through a list of songs that we've been preparing as like shooting a video. When we have time, we've been combining videos together. And then for the performance part of it, I'm just going to be pressing play on these videos and playing along live. I haven't practiced through any of these songs completely once at all. So this is truly live, and a lot of, a lot of stuff happened along the way here. There's been a lot of bumps on the road. We're putting together as much as we possibly can in terms of all of our technology with all our phones and everything. And right now we're coming in on a Zoom meeting for you guys. And as a last minute addition, I'm so happy to welcome Swami Atmananda to kind of do the invocation of the very first asynchronous live performance of a virtual Indian music night. But before we do that, I just want to say a deep and profound thank you to Bill Zarinsky and Crazy Wisdom Tea Room, who over a decade ago gave me a shot and said, here's a day, make an Indian music night. And it's been going on for once a month since 2007. And so we could not let it go and could not let it just not happen because of our situation, especially because we have these tools to bring it to you. So without any further ado, I want to thank Bill and Crazy Wisdom. Let's get started here. So the first piece that we're going to have is a chant by Swami Atmananda from Kashi Nivas. And Atmaji, he's been playing with us since the very beginning. You've seen him on the big tambura, and now he's going to be on the harmonium and singing. So Atmaji, take it away. All right, you guys, that seemed to go pretty well. All right. Oh, these guys are all muted, leaving me here. All right. So who's up next? We have Anoop from the confines of his place in very comfortable clothing. It looks like Anoop. Oh, look, he's getting dinner. All right. So now, is everybody enjoying themselves? I have no chat function or anything that I can look at. So hopefully you're all enjoying yourselves. And we're going to play a piece now. This is a Bengali folk tune, and it is said to be sung by the fishermen as they paddle out to get their fish for the day. This is a song you may hear them singing. This is called VIolin. And what's special about this is the sound of the tabla is meant, this is a tal called kemtal, and this is meant to emulate the lapping of the water up against the boat. So enjoy VIolin. Oh, this is pretty fun. What do you guys say? Is this working out?
I think so.
Yeah? I like your attire,
Absolutely.
I like your attire
Thank
for
you.
Indian Music Night. Looking nice and comfy.
Thank you. I'm very comfy. I have my fireplace on. I have a wonderful wife who's cooking some dinner over there, and it's just absolutely wonderful night.
Yeah, it looks look nice and cozy. Dan, what's in your background there? What is that I see?
That is, can you hear me?
I sure can.
That is Perna's grandparents and her mother
So your wife.
and uncle. That is my wife's mother and her parents,
Beautiful.
great grandparents.
And Will, you got some wicked tie-dye going on behind you, man. Oh, Will's mic is muted. All right, let's see. Maybe we should get on. Speaking of Will,
Yeah, for whatever reason, my Zoom client won't let me set cool backgrounds.
Yeah, well, to each his own. So now we have, where's Will here? We got to find Will. Here he is. All right, so the next one, one of the first pieces we ever performed at Indian Music Night, way back in 2007. Shout out to Meeta Banerjee who helped get that started playing. We just did sitar and tabla, and we played for an hour and talked for an hour. I wish there was a way I could get all you guys' questions or whatever you might have, but maybe next time, right? So yeah, hopefully you're sharing. Hopefully this is all working out and it's sounding good.
Yeah,
Next,
John, we actually have a way for them to ask questions in the YouTube video live stream itself. You can add any questions you have or comments you have about this as part of the live stream.
Oh, very cool. If somebody has the YouTube link, maybe we could share that out on the Facebook feed as well. We'll see.
Yep.
Okay, so this next one is called Mishra Shivaranjani. And this is just a short, like, this is kind of funny to me, you guys, because when we perform live, these pieces are like 10, 20, 30 minutes long. And so we're just doing these snippets of them because of the asynchronicity of it all. But as we get better at this, we're going to be able to kind of project some soloing and some other stuff in there. So we're going to keep doing that. So now you just get kind of the flavor. This is kind of like the sampler platter of Indian Music Night. I like it. Okay, so Will, are you ready for some Mishra Shivaranjani?
Let's do it.
All right. Yay! Hey, we're back. Wow, Will, that was cool.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, that was the first time I had heard the solo and everything. I just had to trust. You must have been listening to a metronome.
Yeah, I figured that was we couldn't be totally asynchronous. We have to have some kind of reference point to go with.
Well, actually, to be properly asynchronous, we have to have that reference point for sure. But like when you stop playing, I know the metronome's going on in your ears, but I couldn't hear anything. And so I'm just like, oh dear, better stay on that beat. Got to keep that beat. Got to keep solid. So that's very interesting. Oh my gosh, talk about keeping the beat. Now, here's an idea we came up with today, and this took a big chunk of the day. What's coming next? So, in tabla playing, when you're playing a tabla solo, what happens underneath is a melody that repeats over and over and over again. This is called the lera. And in this song, actually, that Will just played, Mr. Shivaranjani, when we play it live, we always incorporate a lera in the middle of the song, and then I'll play some kind of composition. So today, this is kind of a feat, because I have not practiced this one time. I wrote it all out, and I'm just going to be reading off of scratched notes that I put on a sheet. But I'm going to be playing a composition. Let me actually grab the composition really quick.
All right, and anybody out there, please jump into the YouTube chat, the Facebook comments on the live stream. Would love to hear what you think. You know, what's working for you, what isn't working. If anybody's if anybody looks funny, we should know about.
Hi, Betsy Pierce. Michael Waite.
Yay, Michael. Hopefully we'll be playing with Mike in October. When we come up through Marquette, some colleagues coming up through Marquette. All right, I just remembered to hit record finally. Better late than never. So now we're recording audio too. Okay, so with this lera, so Will's gonna play this, and he played it 4 times, and then he took it today and just looped it, and then looped it an exact amount of times. So I have this composition. It looks, oh dear. You won't be able to see the composition. It looks like this. Oh dear, it keeps disappearing. Okay, well, it looks like Lake Michigan. This picture behind me, we took the morning after Thumbfest, when Cicola played at Thumbfest. That was Lake Michigan. Okay, so this composition goes da ta di kita daga tetta ta di kita da ta di kita daga tunna kita daga ta di kita daga tetta ta di kita da ta di kita daga dinna naga. So then that's the theme of this song. Da ta di kita daga tetta ta di kita da ta di kita daga tinna kita daga ta di kita daga tetta ta di kita da ta di kita daga dinna kita daga. So this is the theme. It's called the kaida, a gathering of bowls, of sounds. And then we'll do a couple variations on this, and then end with a T-high, which is something that repeats 3 times. Now, if I have all the calculations right, and if the video is exactly the right length, Will and I should end exactly on the same beat. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is, and to top it off, we're gonna do this twice during Indian Music Night, 2 times. So this is the first time. And okay, this one I want to dedicate to all my tabla students out there. I have been teaching tabla remotely, and so now this is going to be a composition that the tabla students will learn this in tabla class. And for some of my students, they already know this, but all right, we're gonna get this ready. I see I need to get ask Will back into the studio, and there he is. Okay, and now I think we are ready for Will. All right, Will, you ready to take it away?
Let's do it.
Okay, give me 1 second, because I got to put this composition back now, because I'm going to be reading it. All right. Okay, here we go. Will Cicola with the Lera, John Churchville playing a kaida. Here we go. All right, can you transition us, Will, and oh, we're fighting here. Here, I'll hit play, you transition. Oh man. Well, that was fun. Right at the beginning, I didn't know if I was supposed to play it 4 times. I got it right. Yay. Thank you, Will.
Oh, thank you, man. That rocked.
Yeah, thank you for recording it, and thank you for editing it like 3 times today, so it was just right. When we put it on a loop, we found the loop wasn't, it was asynchronous, so we had to sync it up to make it properly asynchronous. Whew. All right, next up is Dan Ripke. Okay, I gotta find Dan down here. Give me control there for a sec, Will. We're using Zoom Meeting to control each other's screens, which has been so cool. Okay, so now we're going into Rag Todi. Is that right? No, we have, I'm sorry. What's that? Yeah.
Ida, Todi.
Oh, you know what? We missed, oh my gosh, okay.
We missed
Enta.
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 Yeah, before we do Todi, we must bring in our elder statesman, none other than the legend of the harmonica, our good friend, Mr. Peter Madcat Ruth. And this is one of my favorite pieces to play with him. But let me just take a second here because I got to switch my tabla around because he's doing this one in A tonight. Okay. Dan, that is great. Can you turn the volume down just a touch? Maybe it's a little loud in my headphones. Give me an A. Somebody was just playing an A.
Tuning our instruments is a big part of Indian Music Night, whether it's virtual or not.
Yeah, when it's coming out of tiny little speakers. Okay. All right, back in the saddle. I'm ready to hit play. And are you ready, Will? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Go. Oh, you go first, then I'll go. Did you do it? There it is.
Hello, everybody. Hello, John.
Hello, Madcat.
Hey, John, how about a virtual elbow bump?
Did I get him?
Well, all right.
Oh, I love Madcat.
Well, I'd like to do a little song that John and I have jammed on quite a few times. This little thing I wrote a long time ago called Ta. Goes like this. that.
Thank you.
Adios.
Yes. Woo!
That was great. I did not even expect the virtual elbow bump.
Yeah, that's as far into the video as I got. Oh my gosh, I got a little nervous because I lost the beat in the first solo. I got a little ahead of it, and then I had to adjust. And normally we're playing live, and Madcat and I will just adjust like the birds flying through the air, just going. But this time, I get a little ahead of it, and then he's just staying right there in the. Oh my gosh. Whew, this is exhilarating. This is so exciting. I forgot to mention, I'm just happy to report that we've put together this entire Indian Music Night, remaining much more than 6 feet from each other the entire time. So we have not touched or talked or anything even one time.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty exciting, actually. It's kind of amazing. We were talking about it like, if we were to think about this project and putting this together, we would probably have a few meetings. It would probably take like a year, and we'll think about how we have to do it. But boy, when we got a deadline and it comes and you got 1 week to do it, then it's amazing. I'm seeing this happen. Actually, you guys might notice this too, all over all these different like teachers. Oh my gosh, the teachers who are making all these electronic lesson plans and making sure students have things to do and just putting it all together just like that. It's just incredible. So I am just so happy to be a part of it. Next up we have, oh dear, hold on. Next up we have Dan. You're up, man. And now Dan got some, oh, hey, Coda. I see Coda. Hey, Coda. Coda's been to a number of Indian music nights. That's nice to see. So Dan's put together a couple of videos, and what I like about what you did, Dan, is that you layered some of your guitar on top of your own guitar. And if we had more time, or if we had planned for this to happen, maybe we'd be able to layer a whole bunch of things. And perhaps next Indian Music Night we will do a lot more layering of things. But tonight you're seeing what gets put together off the cuff, and this is so exciting. So okay, I think I have hey Dan, I have the correct one here. So Dan, can you tell us about recording this? Where did this version of Toady come from that I'm about to play to?
I forgot. I think it was. I've been playing around with dance beats and loops.
Okay.
And just change the rhythm of it a little bit and try to make it a little more modern.
So is this? Tell me if I'm wrong. This is like something you've been working on, like you worked on before Indian Music Night or anything?
I did this before, yeah.
Okay.
So I edited a little bit for this setting, but it was
right.
previous, yeah.
And I know, like when I'm wearing headphones and I'm listening to it, I can kind of hear drums in the background, so I can hear those loops happening. But you took those out, and so now we just have your guitar, right?
I believe so. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to give it a little bit. I want to. This live performance thing is making my heart go. It's exciting. It's fun to be in my basement and have so much adrenaline going right now. I love it. And so, okay. So I'm going to listen. We're going to play, and then I'm going to play along with you. We got it in C, Rag Toady, right? And this is our little version of it. We'd like to call it Todalicious.
Well, it's G sharp and C.
I got you. So you're playing in you see, okay. So let's explain this just a little bit, because it's
C
yeah.
It's C major and G sharp dominant.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of a stretch even calling it major, right? With all the different flats and sharps in the rag. So, yes. So that from the Indian perspective, this is Rag Toady. Maybe next month we can do the Indian side of it. Anoop, you could do something like that. That'd be fun.
Yep. Absolutely. Be happy to.
Yeah. And so this time now we're doing the Western perspective. I always equate it to like if you walk up to a statue and you see one side of the statue, you get a whole different story than if you see the other side of the statue. And so this is kind of like looking at a piece of music that has this story that it tells from the Indian perspective. But then when we look at it from another perspective, it tells a whole different kind of story and gives a whole different kind of feeling. So this is Rag Toady done in from a Western type perspective. All right, you first, Will, then me. You got that? Whew. That was not easy. Oh my gosh. You know, my headphones were up way too loud and the low guitar came in and suddenly I lost myself. But you know, it's like knowing that like it's all in time, but this is just such an amazing thing. I love the fact that any other situation, I would hate the fact that I'm putting myself on the line like this live. But now I kind of love it. I love like working my way out of these puzzles that keep coming at me. This is so much fun. Next time I'm going to record all the drums and you guys can play live to the drums. Woo! Okay. What do we got left? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 tunes. You know, I think right now I want to go back to Anoop solo, the Tere Musta Must. And let me find it here. There it is. So this was interesting, Anoop, when you sent this in, because man, we haven't played this for years. I remember we got a gig. We played this one because we got a gig by we were hired by Utsav Wedding Planners for a big. Remember that gig? Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It was Will. Were you at this one? It was at the Novi Convention Center. And and it was like when we were setting up, there was an enormous gun show. Bless you. Yeah, cover with your elbow, right? So it was an enormous venue, and there was a gun show happening. Remember, we were loading in, we're like all of these instruments and everything, and all these people are coming out with cases and things, just guns everywhere. It was a little freaky. The gun show was wrapping up too, so it was like everybody's packing up all their guns that they brought, and there we are setting up for a Bollywood show, and we played a bunch of Bollywood tunes, and this was one of the Bollywood tunes. I haven't listened to this at all, not one little bit. So we're gonna see what happens here. It's in the key of C, is that right?
Usually is.
Okay, I got to check my tuning again. Let me check my tuning.
All right, no problem. Yeah, this is a song called Tere Masta Donate. I don't remember off the top of my head what Bollywood movie it's from, but I'll Google that for you in case you want to know. It's sung by a artist called Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. Incredible voice. This is just an instrumental version just for me and John. So take it away whenever you're ready after tuning.
All right. I don't think it'll work if you sing along. There might be a delay, but you can maybe try to sing along. You at home can sing along, of course. And after this, remind me, I want to tell the story of why we are in C all the time. There's a story behind it. Okay, doing the transition. Make sure I got the right one down here. There it is. Here we go. Thanks, Anoop. I heard somebody breathing into the microphone occasionally.
Well, yeah, thank you, John, for playing along to that. That was wonderful. We usually have vocals going along with that, but this time it was entirely instrumental.
I tried to sing a little bit. I remember those lyrics.
Yeah.
Musta don't name. I remember. Something like that. I don't know. I love that. I love playing that song. Once you learn those Bollywood tunes and they just stick with you. There's so much to just your average Bollywood tune has so much melodic movement and so many lines and so many beautiful like transitions and things. I just absolutely love learning them. There's so much of it as well. So okay, I don't know if you guys know the story of why we play in C. Anyone? Have you heard this? Why you have, Dan?
Just because Anoop didn't know any other keys.
No, actually, this is very difficult for Anoop to have to play in C. He's used to being in what, A or something?
It's Mita's fault.
It's Mita, but not just Mita.
Mita.
It was her sitar, and actually, it was because we found a solution in C. So Mita had her sitar tuned. Sometimes it was C sharp, sometimes it was D. And it was just always like going out of tune and strings were popping and things. I mean, we played a lot of gigs like outdoors in the humid sun and you know, we played once on like an 85-degree day at the park, down at the park outside for a charity run. We played at the Chelsea. They have the Chelsea street fair that goes on there. We played outside right next to the train tracks and the train went by. Stuff like this. So whenever we'd play outside, she had the hardest time keeping her sitar in tune. And I said, you know, if you just tuned it all down to C, it might just relax enough so that it's not, you know, it just will relax it just enough. And sure enough, she tuned it down to C and it like stayed in tune for gig after gig after gig. And so we just ended up playing in C all the time. It was just the instrument. I don't blame Mita. I blame the instrument. Her instrument was telling her this. I need to be in C, and so that's how we learned a lot of this stuff. Because when you play, you know, with Anoop, he's got his little pedal where sometimes he switches the key and everything, and you know, and you have 4 strings to tune. But if you got to retune a sitar, that's 20 plus strings to tune.
Yeah.
So, you playing along back there, Coda? It's good to hear. Okay, so what's up next? Now, I went out of order a little bit.
Tilana.
Okay, so...
Oh, this was a fun one.
Yeah, and so this is probably the most ambitious that we got. And you know, we were running out of time as well. So when it gets down to it, you get like 1 or 2 takes to get this done and to get it spliced and to get it on, you know, downloading and uploading and all of this stuff to make it happen. When you're a musician who's confined to your home and you have your MacBook. Okay, so Tilana, this actually involves 3 of you guys, right?
Yeah.
So
we did it. We recorded it sequentially.
So who went first?
I recorded the violin first, and then Dan put in some guitar afterward, and I think Will played along to the violin and guitar together. And now we're gonna put all those 3 together with John to play tabla live for all of that.
And again, I have not heard this entire piece through. I've heard bits of it, and I was like, yeah, okay, that'll work. Let's put it in. So I have not heard.
Hey,
Yeah,
John.
not to mention. Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Don't mess up.
Okay. You know, actually, I don't mind today, this particular time in our world. I do not mind making a mistake or 2. I feel okay with it. I feel like it's okay to put yourself out there and make a mistake and find your way through it and figure it out. And so, you know, we're always concerned. And I mean, we've done it with these songs. Tilana, I mean, we've probably played 1,000 times. We've recorded it. I've listened to every bit of Tilana thousands of times in the recording and mixing and all the different times we've played. And here, this is just a brand new format. And so it's obviously, you know, there's so much learning to be done. So we're blazing some new territory for us here. So we're going to see what happens. And this, of course, is also in C. And let me make sure I've got the right one up here. Almost there. 1 second. Okay, I'm not. So far, I'm not finding it. This is the one. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it. All right. Are there comments or anything out there? Any questions? Anything like that? Anyone looking?
I would like to point out we have Mr. Scott Brady, former Cicola member.
Oh, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
And Dino Smith.
Dino, yes.
No.
Hey, Dino.
We texted Lucas actually to see if he wanted to come in on the Indian Music Night. I did it like an hour ago though, so he didn't have much chance. But yeah, we have so many players. Man, I'm just thinking about this now, but we could have players from all of the old Indian Music Nights come and submit a video, you know? Okay.
Scott, if you want to throw something together in like the next 20 minutes, we can try to get it in.
You know what? We could put him on with his Bansuri flute. He could come into the Zoom meeting and just play. I could play with him. We could try that. So Scott, if you want to, man, get your stuff out. All right. We can add Scott last minute. Why not? All right. But first, let's get to this. Okay. Talana. I'm starting to relax now. I'm starting to feel better. I'm sure that'll all change once I start playing along with another video. Okay. So are we ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Transition me, Will. That's a different arrangement. You guys got me on that one.
Yeah, it seemed a little ambitious to attempt 2 transitions, plus a solo, plus a tempo change.
Yeah, all of these things take on a whole new meaning in this situation, doesn't it? Like there's so much new territory here. And I love that we're doing it with these songs that we played so many times, because it just kind of shows and exposes where those bottlenecks are and where, you know, how we approach this differently. And the only way to do it is to get into the, you know, and isn't this kind of I think we all met playing at Indian Music Night.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, that's where it all started. I know I heard of and met the guys in Wasal, the group you were in, Will, at Indian Music Night was the first time that we played together, was at Indian Music Night way back.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got shows together at Carytown with Wasal and Cicola and all of that. But it's always been like, you come to Indian Music Night and we meet each other. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm John. And then we sit down and play music for 2 hours. And it's, you know, it's always been getting to know people through music, like literally getting to know them through playing music rather than, you know, having to do all this sit and talk to them kind of stuff.
Figuring out all these mechanics out here for a virtual live stream really brings out how much we actually have in nonverbal communication, how much it's helpful to be able to just point to each other, look at each other while we're playing.
That's a great point.
Music, improvising.
And the feeling that you get from the musician, you know, like I can feel when you're going somewhere and I didn't go there. And you know, like in an instant, we have to compromise when we're playing. Like if I go this way and you go that way, then together somehow we've got to move together in that somehow. And it's just a beautiful thing. And here we're just learning how to do that with a whole bunch of technology filtered in between us. And you know what? I think we're going to find easier ways to do this and make it sound really good. So I'm so glad.
I think the fact that we've spent so long playing together and learning that instantaneous adjustment is what enables us to succeed in this format.
Yeah.
Actually, Will, I disagree. No, actually, I agree.
Hey, on that note, do you guys want to see if we can say hello to Scott? He might have been able to join us for a second.
I sent him a link.
You did, Dan. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, there he is.
You get a surprise guest visitor.
Where is he?
How's everybody doing?
Let's see his thing.
Scott, you're picking up a little bit of a southern twang, man.
Oh, I just moved.
Yeah. Right on, brother. I don't know if I can do video on this, and forgive me, I've got a little bit of a learning curve here.
Hey,
let's see what happens.
That's exactly what we've been talking about, and somehow it just went horizontal on me.
Yeah.
So
I can see Scott in our Zoom session.
Yep, I see him there. I just lost the window that we were seeing here.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott. There you are.
How do I make this vertical? Oh my gosh. Okay, it was vertical.
That's all right.
Here,
Oh, there he is.
Hey guys.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, this has been really fun listening to you guys do this. This is really brilliant. This is super exciting seeing how you're all making this happen.
Yeah, this is, this all literally came together like 10 minutes before. We were not ready 15 minutes before. And it's just.
Well, I wish you had caught me at my actual house. I would have grabbed a flute and found a way to join in on this. I am with some friends. I don't know. I'm going to try to zoom around. I don't know if it matters, but say hi, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, here, I got it back. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Do any of them play anything?
Yes. Yeah, we are some musicians. There are some saxophone players here, some flute players, trombone.
Yay.
And trumpet players.
Next time, have them all get their instruments out.
Yeah.
Right on.
We'll do a Takadi, man. We could all do a nice arrangement of Takadi? That would be awesome.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, I've really messed up, Scott. I don't know how, but I've really messed up my I can kind of there it goes again. I don't know how I'm getting it to go vertical, but okay, there we go. We're back in.
I feel like every time I turn my phone, you have a moment there, so I don't know if I'm responsible.
Go up and down, Scott. Yes, do that. Go up and down, stay there.
Okay.
Cool.
That must be it.
Okay, so Scott, you don't have no idea what's coming next. Oh geez, it happened again.
Don't worry about it, John. Let's just go to the next one.
Yeah, make it happen. I love
Okay,
this.
there we go. Okay, so the next one, let's see. We have we just did Tilana. Oh, this is a surprise, Madcat. We got an A minor jam, and he made it up, so he didn't even hear it before he played this one. Let me find it down here on my computer, Will. And I think I'm there. Okay, as Madcat would say.
All right.
Hi, Matt. I see Madcat's on. Hi, Madcat.
Hey, Madcat. All right, he's on. Excellent. Well, he's just about to play, and I got to give props to Madcat for being the only one wearing a Cicola t-shirt. That's awesome too, man. Bonus points for that.
I thought it was plaid night.
Yeah. Well, we do what we can. Okay. So, yeah, I grabbed this shirt 5 minutes before starting to play. I was like, I'd better wear a nice shirt here. It's a nice night. So, okay. So now we have the A minor jam, the asynchronous A minor jam. So let me switch my tabla to A. Can somebody give me an A? Is that A? Oh dear. All right, let me just tune this up really quick before I hit start. This is how you tune a tabla with a hammer. With a golden hammer, nonetheless. Actually, it's brass. I love the... Okay. I literally have zero idea what to expect with this video. I saw the first little bit of it, and I just know Madcat takes a big old breath, and that's all I know. So we'll see. I'm a little nervous, but excited. Okay, let me hit start.
Be brave.
I'm brave. All right, are we on?
Yes.
Hey, folks, I'm back. Hey, John, I got another one.
Woo!
This is one you haven't heard yet.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I'm going to start it off by myself, and you can come in when it's right. It's an A minor.
Very nice, Madcat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a big Madcat fan right here in Coda.
Nice. Wow, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. That was cool. Oh, it looks like Scott left us, huh? Here, we can get us back in. There we go.
Good riddance.
Dan, cut it out. Man, great to hear from you, Scott. Next time, Indian Music Night, bring your bansuri. That'd be wonderful to play. Okay, we're getting down to it. We're almost to the end here, I think. Oh, there's one more composition, one more for the Tabla students. Okay, so this composition, one time my teacher told me I play this too much. He said, you play this too much. I said, I love it, but I love it. And he's like, maybe you need to play some other things. And for the next 5 years, he taught me other compositions, and I learned all kinds of different stuff. But this is the reason why I love this composition so much. It goes, I'll do it slowly. Da te gere naga gere naga tere kita da te gere naga tuna kita takata te kere naga tere kita da te gere naga di na gere naga. So this composition, the gere naga, this phrase gere naga, I was in a class with Pandit Swapan Chowdhury at California Institute of the Arts. Shout out to all my Cal Arts friends. And Swapan said, try to take this one phrase, gere naga tere kita was the phrase, and play it for 5 minutes without changing anything. And it was one of the hardest lessons I could not keep my focus for 5 minutes. It was the first time I realized that I, as a musician, went from thing to thing to thing to thing, and I've never stayed on one thing very long. And now I spent that was one of my last lessons before we had a break for the summer, and I spent the entire summer playing that phrase. I got it up to like an hour and a half. I would play it for 2 hours. Get a nugget, get a nugget, get a nugget, get a nugget, and I was just like, I'm just doing it. This is the phrase. I'm doing this all summer long. I was so excited to learn this new thing about doing one thing for a very, very, very long time. And I look at it as you take one plant and you care for it and you grow it and you find out what fruits come out of it when you spend so much time with it, and then you get better at growing other plants. How's that for a metaphor? You like that? Okay. Oh, sorry, Will, you're fighting me there for mouse control. Okay, so I'm going to, I got to change over my tabla and I got to change to the next composition. What time we have? 9:12? Wow, not bad. We got a couple more pieces left. Let me change over my tabla and get the composition. Be right there.
Hey, Anoop, I was wondering, is that cozy by the fire there?
Oh, it's very cozy. It's used almost regularly now since we're all working from home for a lot of the week.
Very good.
Anoop, you look like you should have some of those old school slippers and like a pipe.
I don't have the pipe, but I have some slippers on. Probably
yeah, okay. And like a robe, maybe?
The robe, I'll have to get on the robe.
Okay. Now here we have this is interesting too, because the other composition that I played, this one is the exact same length. So this composition's the exact same length as the other one. So hopefully, again, now I'm 1 for 1 so far. I want to be 2 for 2. I've set this challenge for the end, so I have to make the end of my composition exactly where Will ends his. So I'm playing the theme, and I'm playing 2 rounds of Tintal, which is 16-beat cycle, and then play the theme slowly, play a double speed, 3 variations, and a T-high. And I should end right with Will. And okay, I'm back to the C drum. That's right. And now we need. Oh, Will has disappeared. So.
You have a C, John?
I do.
Wait.
There it is. Okay, so it's exactly 2 minutes and 12 seconds long. I just got nervous again. Oh my gosh, I was feeling so good. We're almost done, and now I just got nervous. All right, I got this. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey,
Will.
John.
Yeah.
Don't mess up.
Okay. Hey, mute your mics because I hear rumbling in the background. It makes it a little tough. All right, Will, and we're ready for the transition.
Sorry, we muted you by mistake.
Here, I'll do it.